Good evening, everybody, and welcome along to a new segment on Leicester LTIDtv.
Put yourself in, because we're set up, switched on, and ready to go.
You are watching and listening to Chris and Leicester Till I Die TV on YouTube and your favourite podcasts. Till I Die TV, your first choice for everything Leicester City. Tune in and join in now.
And now, here's your host.
Right, Chris.
All right, good evening. And a message for Tommy from our agony aunt, Auntie Brad. He says, stick at it, Tommy. As long as you keep the receipt, you never know. You may be able to get your money back. Oh, what a shame. It's Leicester Till I Die TV. Good evening. It's Tuesday. It's 9 o'clock. It's the prediction show. Thank you for tuning in on Leicester Till I Die TV on YouTube. And if you are listening on your favourite podcast, thank you for lending me your ears. This is where you can
watch us on YouTube. Listen on your favourite podcast platform. Or ask your smart speaker to play the podcast Leicester Till I Die. Broadcasting live worldwide.
Auntie Brad, good evening. How the devil are you?
I'm not too bad, mate. How are you doing, mate?
My day has got better when I looked at how the Chelsea fans were marking Fofana's performance. He got a 3.2.
Oh, well, you know, shame, innit?
It is. But I do hope, our special our tune this evening, Tommy and Wesley, that eventually they find some common ground and can work things out. Hey.
Maybe they'll give him that dream move to Real Madrid that he's always wanted.
Well, you never know. I'll give it maybe 12 months. Give it 12 months. But we are, everybody, awaiting young Stephen. As we know, unfortunately, with the job that he does, he may well be got his head down somebody's loo at the moment. He just likes doing that, but he also might be working as well. Last week, Brad, you had a good week.
Yeah, I did. I've got a knack for this predictions, isn't it? Doesn't matter if I'm just picking home win or draw, or if I'm picking scores. I seem to.
All right. I try and be nice to you, and you throw it back in my face. Yeah, it's not. But yeah, I mean, looking at last week's, you got one dead on, which was the Spurs Fulham, and you got 4 correct outcomes.
Yeah, I mean, I always like this sort of part of the show because I sit here after all the results gone in and I think I've either got them all right or not at all. And it seems I just seem to be able to get an even keel of a mix with that being said. So it doesn't always go as bad as I feel it does.
Well, none of us said that Everton would get... Well, in fairness, Steve thought Everton would get something at Liverpool, but... They held them 0-0, so obviously that was fair play to Everton. Brentford and Leeds. I went 2-2, and it was 5-2. I didn't see that coming. The 2-1 Chelsea West Ham I got right. Thank you, VAR. Get me 3 points there. You went 2-0. Newcastle Palace, nobody went 0-0, but you said it was going to be an exciting 3-3, but at least you get a point.
Yeah, I got the wrong end of it, but I got the right way about it. That's what matters, as we say.
You got a point. We love Bournemouth. I mean, you literally beat Forest, so well done, having been down. Spurs, Fulham, like we say, you got dead on. I went for sort of 3-0.
Yeah, thanks for AR on that one as well.
Yes, you went for a Wolves win. You were the only one that did. And then none of us got the fact that Villa would get anything from Man City, which really bodes well for this week. Brighton, obviously, nobody saw that coming.
Well, not the scoreline anyway.
No. And Man United, Arsenal, again, it was only the fact that it was Arsenal that got Steve a point there.
I know, right? Well, I told you once or twice he'll get his reward for his hatred.
Yeah, I know. Occasionally it works through for him. Right. Are you ready to look at this week's then?
As ready as I'll ever be, mate.
Buckle in, and here we go. So, has that fitted nicely into the box? Not quite. Has that fitted nicely into the box? Yes, it has. So, we start on the Saturday morning. Fulham hosting Chelsea, who, as we just heard, lost 1-0 in the lovers' trip to Germany.
Yeah, Chelsea are quite indifferent. That's been nice to them, aren't they? They're very either winning by ease or losing by ease, it seems. There's no middle ground for Chelsea. Fulham, they're the team that you're going to be looking at in 20 games going, I still don't know where you're going to finish this season. I think they're going to be exciting on the eye to watch at times, but I think they're still going to have the same issues in terms of their results and ability to get results on the pitch as much as maybe hoping this season. It should be an exciting game, and you would say that Chelsea should get the win. But this season's already proven how difficult it is to predict these sort of things. But I'm going to go for the safe bet here, unfortunately. I'm going to go Chelsea to win this 2-1.
2-1. Right. Now, I do see where you are coming from. I definitely do see where you're coming from. Fulham, like you say, I can't argue with anything you said there, but Fulham are just sort of being so unpredictable. You know, they got draws with Liverpool. They beat Brentford. They beat Brighton, who obviously went on and stuffed us. And they've lost to Tottenham and Arsenal. So they've only lost those two this season. And let's face it, better teams than them are going to be losing to those two. So it's at the Cottage. Chelsea are just in absolutely awful form at the moment, you know, compared to how much they've spent. I would expect to see more from Chelsea. They've won 3. One of those was obviously against us. One was against Everton, but they've also, they lost to Southampton, they lost to Leeds. I'm actually going to go. What do I go for here? You know what? I'm going to go 2-2. I think they'll get a point. But I couldn't decide whether it'll be 1-1 or 2-2. But I'm going to go for a 2-2. Because, like I said, I just think Chelsea are obviously they just are so goddamn awful.
Well, I mean, you're not wrong.
Awful. Not awful in the Leicester sense of the word, but awful in the Liverpool sense of the word.
Yeah, I get what you said. I get what you mean.
Yeah. Now, Bournemouth got stuffed 9-0 by Liverpool. that didn't lose Parker his job. There's a lot more going on behind the scenes than
definitely.
We know, and I think that was like that was Maxim, the owner, sat there going like, "Yes, I can use that to get rid of him." But I mean, they've lost to Man City. Like I say, they lost to Liverpool. They lost to Arsenal. They've had a hell of a bad start.
Yeah, and a bit of an unfair one, really. You'd say for a newly promoted side. I mean, I suppose you could argue, like you maybe would to a degree with Leicester's fixture running, that they've got the bad ones out of the way. And look, you talk about, new manager, the release of a bad manager or a manager that's lost the trust or whatever. Look what happens to it. They were dead and buried against Forest. They were playing. You thought there, Jesus Christ, this side's already relegated in their head. They need to get their head out of their arse, otherwise it's going to be horrible for them. And then they turn it on its head. So they have got the capabilities to get results. Will they get enough? I don't know. I just have to make sure. I mean, they're at home, so I have the impetus, but Brighton are red hot at the moment.
Yeah.
Brighton are red, and you can't fault them. They were faultless. Well, pretty much for 1 minute and 18 seconds where they switched off and we scored, they were faultless. Bournemouth going to come with this confident, and at home, having that crowd going there with the confidence they've got, it's going to be difficult.
Yeah.
And weirdly enough, this is the sort of game where we were bemoaning losing or drawing, weren't it, when we were doing well? When we, remember that loss to Fulham? Weren't nice, were it, when we lost at Craven Cottage 2-0, L2-1. And I think this won't be a slip-up for Brighton, but I can see a bit of a fighty spirit, and I can see a draw from Bournemouth. And I'm actually going to go for 2-2.
You're going for a Desmond as well?
I am going for a Desmond. I am going for a Desmond.
I do see, again, totally 100 where you are coming from. I don't know who's in charge now at Bournemouth, but it's doing a better job than Parker was. And that was the reason I had Bournemouth coming 19th, because of, Parker in the as their manager. But, they've won 2, which is 2 more than we have. And, you've got to love them because they beat Forest. But Brighton, like you say, they're sat in 4th. They've only lost 1 this season, and that was to, I say, it was funny enough, was to Fulham, which was a surprise. They drew with Newcastle, and there's not many clubs will get that with Newcastle. And they beat Man United on the opening day. They beat West Ham. They beat Leeds, and of course they beat us. I've got to go and go. I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be 3-1 to Brighton.
I'll be honest with you. That was the other scoreline I was toying with. Was 3-2. Was like a win to Brighton. I couldn't put the 4 goals, and I thought so either 3-1 Brighton or 2-2. So
yes, yeah. Well, the next one. Oh God. Leicester City versus Aston Villa, and I've actually got Brendan's in the room here with me now. Brendan, can we just have a word? Can I have a word about the game, Brendan? Oh, he's gone. It makes me laugh. That's all I can say.
This game's got depressing boredom written all over it. 2 managers that seem to have lost the dressing room in some aspects of some way, not able to get the best out of the players. 2 managers that are red hot favourites by most betting websites to get sacked. Highly tip this one to be the old classic of a sack race, isn't it? The loser is going to be really revved up on the reports that they'll be gone, and it's not on telly. So Q, Sky or BT working together and realising that only leads to one thing: 0-0. It's going to be boring as product. I've just got this feeling. Both teams just need something desperately to give them something to go at. And even though it's not good enough right now in terms of needing all 3 points, I think both teams will be so afraid to lose it. I wouldn't be surprised if Villa start with 5 at the back, a flat back 5 or something like that to try and stop us scoring. So yeah, 0-0.
I just don't know what we are going to do, as in what's the word I'm looking for? As in formation. I think Villa. I don't know. Did they do the double over us last season?
I think so.
Quite possibly.
Feels like it.
Did. It did, didn't it? Whether they did or not, it did.
Yeah, they did. Because they did, didn't I? Because when I did the Villa review with you, I was in Manchester, wasn't I? I was out. I wasn't Saturday.
In fact, no, they didn't do the double over us, but yes, we didn't get anything from them. They beat us 2-0, and then we got a 0-0 with them.
Yeah, it was a ball draw when it was a snooze fest. We really struggled to talk about that one.
Yeah, Aston Villa. I mean, they beat Everton, but they did get that good win against Manchester. I've got to be honest with you, and I hate myself for this, but I can't see us winning.
I can't.
And I can see Villa. I can see Villa possibly taking the game. But I do know, like I say, I do get the fact that you've gone for a 0-0. You know what? I'm going to go 2-2. I'm going to go for a Desmond again because I think it will be one of those games that it swings one way then another, and neither manager will actually come out of this with any credit, if you know what I mean.
I'm glad you explained it. Not because it needed to be explained, but it did in a way because you've gone from making it sound like you're going to say 1-0 Villa or agree with me and go 0-0 because you didn't want to say 1-0 Villa. And then you banged 4 goals in there, Chris.
I'm just living in the hope that maybe Daka and Inacho start up front again. I don't know. It's more in hope than expectation. I mean, we know we got 2 against Arsenal. We got 2 against Brentford. No, we did. Yeah, we 2 against Brentford. We got 2 against Brighton. The fact that Haaland has scored more goals on his own than we have as a team so far this season, obviously we don't want to think about. I can't see us winning, but I could see it being like a game, like because they said the guy on Talk Sport, Barry Glendinning, as I said earlier, he said that whoever loses this game will get the sack, and I think it'll come out as a draw, and everybody will be sat there going, right, what do we do now? But on we go, onwards and upwards. Liverpool, Wolverhampton Wanderers. Now Liverpool, and I don't know why I'm looking at the form table because the form table at the moment is the table because they've only played 6 games. Liverpool already, they are 5 points behind Manchester City, 6 points behind Arsenal. Bad start for them. Started off with 2 draws, Fulham Palace. Lost to Manchester United in a game in which Manchester United played really, really well. They drew 0-0. They beat Bournemouth 9-0. Beat Newcastle, but could only draw with Everton. But it is a derby. That Wolves. I don't know. Again, Wolves, like you said earlier, it's gonna be one of those teams that you just think like, where are they? Yeah. They've got one win and 3 draws, but they've lost to Tottenham, they've lost to Leeds, that they couldn't beat Fulham, couldn't beat Bournemouth, went to Southampton. I think went to Southampton and got the 3 points. This is good. This is a difficult one to shout.
Yeah, and more because of Liverpool's concerning form. Look, we know during the last COVID season, in terms of not having fans at the ground, we beat them 3-1 at the King Power, and they were behind us that season. They were having a really bad season, and they ended up not just overtaking us, but they ended up stealing a march to one of the Champions League spots. You know, at a point where we weren't worried about it, because even if we dropped to fourth, there was no way anyone was catching us for where we were. And look how that turned out for us in Liverpool. So I'm sure Liverpool fans aren't overly worried. But for this game, it does make it difficult because Wolves, they're called beige, aren't they? They're a bit bland.
Yeah.
They don't score a lot of goals, but sometimes they can be annoying and stubborn to break down. And you do find a lot of their scorelines are a flat 1-0. Having said that, I think it's only going to go one or two ways. It'll be some skanky 89th minute or 92nd minute goal by Liverpool, and they'll skank the 3 points out of the game. And Wolves will just be a stubborn side to break down, or Liverpool will do it with consummate ease. Not 9-0 consummate ease, but I mean, you know, never really feel too troubled. And for that reason, I'm going to go for that scoreline. I'm going to go for 3-0 Liverpool.
Right. Okay. Say hello to Anthony, who's in. Yeah, you'll be looking. Steve's not in. He's working late, we're guessing. Either that or his phone's been run over again. But I'm sure we know which way he will be going.
Yeah.
Terry's in. Just got here. Have you bought a note, Terry? Prophet of Doom. Leicester 1, Villa 3. Could well be. Anthony's gone 2-0 Chelsea, 2-0 Brighton, and 0-0 Leicester. He agreed with you on that one. But I'm going to agree with you on this one. This could be the game where Liverpool turn it around. I'm going to go one better. I'm going to go for 4-0, to be honest with you. I was going to say 3-0 as well, but I need to be different to you. I did need to be different to you. So, the next game, the Signal Toothpaste Derby. Southampton and Brentford, the red and white stripes. Anthony, your second team's on. It's gone 4-1 Liverpool. I know which way I'm going. What are you going to jump in for here, Brad?
Well, everybody's jumped on the Ivan Toney and Brentford hype train. It's took some people long enough. There's already crazy talk that the guy scores a hat-trick and gets off to a flying start. He's got to play for England now, so his English tax is going to cost you 40 million in the January transfer window if they want to cash in on that. Which I can't see them because he's a good player for them, but I'm just making that reference. I'm not saying he's not a good player, but Jesus Christ, can't calm it. You know, in terms of, we wonder why we have so many English flops and all that. Well, it's the media override. Let him go about his business. Leave him to it. But for me, it's one side. I'm a great admirer of them. They're probably dead unlucky not to, you know, put the writing really on the rule against us in the opening game of the season. And look, Southampton can cause an upset. We know that. But Brentford just seem really well-oiled machine. So far, proving that second season syndrome isn't for every club that stays up. And I'm going for a surprisingly comfortable 4-1 Brentford win.
Wow. I was not expecting that. I'm not going to lie.
I think Brentford are going to carry a bit of momentum going forward now. I think it's sparked from that Leeds result. And they'll want to carry that with a few goals while they've still got that right at the top level to want to.
Yeah. Now, you're quite right. Brentford have had a good start. They're sat there in 8th place. They came back against us 2-2. They beat Manchester United 4-0. I think we've seen Manchester United they wouldn't get that now necessarily. They lost to Fulham, which is a surprise. They drew with Everton and they drew with Palace, and like you say, they just put 5-2 away against Leeds. But Southampton, they're another team. It's just like, decide what you want to do. I'd have a good season or have a bad season, because you're up and down. It's like the old proverbial wedding night, isn't it? I mean, they lost opening day 4-1. Okay, that's to Tottenham. They drew with Leeds. They beat us, having been 1-0 down. Another team that whose manager's better at tactics than Brendan Rodgers. I'm going to say that out loud. They lost to Man City, but then again, who isn't going to? But they beat Chelsea, and then they went and lost at Wolves. So they're so up and down. Lost, drawn, won.
Yeah,
Lost,
because
won,
somebody's
lost.
got to be middle of the table, mate. They've got to have a balanced form book, and that's exactly what you just read to me. It's balanced for mid-table. I think, unfortunately, Southampton are keeping their trend of just being that mid-table.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go. I'm going to go 2-2 again.
I knew it. I knew he would. I knew he'd go for it. He loves the Desmond.
I love a good Desmond, but just don't tell him. It's only when he's drunk. Only because if I go enough 2-2s, one of them's got to come right, hasn't it?
You watch not a single 2-2 now.
Yeah, I know. I am the kiss of death. Anthony's gone 2-2 as well, so two great minds thinking alike there. I know. I just think it's one of those where both teams are, like I say, it could go either way, and I think it will just end up as a draw. Saturday night TV game, which is, if you're wondering why some of the games are in red background, those are the TV games. Manchester City hosting Tottenham Hotspur. Whatever I'm doing Saturday night, I'm cancelling it. I'm turning my phone off. This has got the hallmarks of being a great match.
It normally does. One sad part is there can't be no goal ruled out for VAR for Raheem Sterling, because he likes to have goal ruled out against it in this fixture, doesn't he? Obviously now a Chelsea player. But there's going to be drama. There's going to be a goal or a penalty or something a bit dubious to talk about. But I don't know. Yes, they drew against Villa. I think maybe they've needed a bit of a telling off for that, because they seem to be, there seems to be 6 games into the season and seeing Liverpool cock up that many times that they're just kind of switching off themselves. They could have been a lot better against Villa, and they've shown that they can be a lot better than what they were. Villa maybe felt they deserved a point the last day of the season, would have stopped them winning the title, but there we go. And I think this game has got lots of goals written on it, and I'm going to go for 2 to Manchester City.
Whoa, okay. I can't go for another 2-2, can I?
And you can put 2-2 all the way down if you really wanted to.
It is the hardest one to predict, I think.
You said that like the other ones.
I don't.
Are you sure you enjoy this format?
It's at Man City, and that's going to edge it for me. I'm going to go 3-1 Haaland hat-trick. There you go. I've nailed my colours to the mast. Arsenal-Everton, and don't, worry that Anthony's in. Just say how you feel. Sunday morning game, this one. Not on telly. Sunday
morning game, and I don't know why.
I should say Sunday early kickoff, not necessarily.
Yeah, Sunday early kickoff. And I'm just going to come out and say it. I think that some Arsenal fans were waiting in the lurch, under the rocks, under the bridges. They were waiting for an Arteta game to lose just so they could come out again. Come out the little rabbit hole.
You should have heard them. You should have heard them after Man United. Wow.
Oh, that's what I mean, mate. Talk about a meltdown for having a meltdown. Say, talk about being melodramatic, as some of them were. Jesus, you grow up a little bit, some of you. Even those that don't like, even those that don't like Brendan, right? They're going to cheer when Leicester win and actually enjoy it.
Yeah.
Mainly because they haven't experienced it yet this season. But, grow up and get a grip of yourself a little bit. Fine, don't like your manager. You can still say I don't trust the manager, but just don't waffle on about it. And look, they got a good draw. I know that Everton did against Liverpool. But I'm just not keen on the idea. Funny enough, you were on the show that I did, Chris, about it. I'm just not keen on the idea of someone like Frank Lampard getting a manager's job. And yes, you look at Vieira, who probably did things a little bit more different, a little bit longer in the game. I should say away from the game as well. That helps him. But Lampard don't impress me yet in terms of being able to at this level. And they played them at the last game of the season and they got a tank in. And I think Arsenal were the better quality of players playing at the level that they're capable of. Give credit where it's due. Man United were awesome against Arsenal. So you get what you get in football. So here comes the shock scoreline after that. 6-0 Arsenal.
Whoa. Whoa.
I honestly think there's going to be a kick in, and then that's going to be it. I don't know if the recent score lines have just got to my head a little bit, but why not be eccentric with some score lines?
I'm sorry, we're having to call one of these. Are you sure 6-0?
Yeah.
I mean,
you don't ever sing enough praise of your Man City Nottingham Forest scoreline because you got that spot on when you said 6-0. So why not?
No, I did. One of the few that I have. I think we should. I think we need this announcement for all Arsenal fans. Arteta is a good manager. So I've just thought I'd make that announcement there. He's taken them in the right way. He's had a couple of seasons. He was sent in there. He went in. He got the shit out. The bad players, the troublemakers. He's reduced the age of the squad. He's doing everything opposite to Brendan. Is the fact that he's improving them week in, week out, and the owners backed him. I mean, Jesus, what a signing! What a signing. Everton. You can't take their last result because it was a Merseyside derby, and it was at Everton. I'm actually going to go. I want to go 4-0 to Arsenal. I was surprised how the Arsenal had that second goal. I mean, Anthony said this to me earlier. Had that second goal of or the first, whichever one it was, of Arsenal. Not been ruled out. Who knows? But I was surprised that Man United beat them because I went for a Arsenal win. I mean, I went for a 2-1, and you went for a Desmond as it happened. But yeah, I think Arsenal
Desmond was closer, weren't it?
Yes, yes. All right, stop trying to drag every good player out of it. But no, you're right. Of course. I just like Arsenal this season. What I did like, and I said to Anthony, I didn't actually watch the game, but it was on. I just wasn't concentrating on it. But do you know when Arsenal scored? Do you know what Arteta did? He celebrated.
Yeah.
There wasn't a little bit of the old. He actually celebrated, and I'm thinking maybe he wants his team to win. Terry's gone Arsenal 2, Everton 2. Holland is doing well tonight. Anthony's gone 2-0 to Arsenal. I think you're being very conservative there. Anthony's fallen in love with you. That. Terry asking what are you drinking because he wants some. But yeah, this is Arsenal. It is all the way, and I think I've got them down as finishing 5th, but I think they're going to probably do better actually.
Yeah, you know what? I've gone 6-0. You've gone 4-0. Q Everton win this one 2-0 now, something daft like that.
Probably. And that's it. Then we've got the TV games. We're going to have a look at those. 2 on Sunday and 1 on the Monday night. We're back to Monday Night Football. And we will be doing that straight after this.
Broadcasting live worldwide.
Watch us on YouTube.
Listen on your favourite podcast platform or ask your smart speaker to play the podcast Leicester Till I Die.
Subscribe, like, follow, and join in now.
Give me 5 from Leicester Till I Die TV.
Join in as we look at the good, the bad, and even the ugly.
Leicester City. The Leicester Till I Die shop is now open.
For all your Leicester Till I Die merchandise,
Visit the Leicester Till I Die shop at our website.
Indeed, make sure you do, and subscribe if you are new to the channel. I was actually not on Jake, the West Ham West Ham unofficial YouTube channel today. I was in the chat and I actually said to him, "Can we restart the season?" And he was totally behind me in doing that. They've not had a good start themselves, have they?
No, they've not. Which is a bit like Leicester in a way, a bit of a disappointment. Even more so for them for how strongly their season was. They were probably hoping to build on last season's strong league performance. Obviously, a huge eye on trying to go one step further in what they achieved in Europe last season. But it's not gone great for them either. And all of a sudden, a manager that's brought them great success is now not able to regenerate that. And there's some grumbles in West Ham. It's amazing how things can turn around in football, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, it does sound familiar.
Yes, I know.
Are they in Europe this week, West Ham?
I believe so. But they have sort of turned the corner in goal scoring. They've finally found the net. So they're coming up against the Newcastle side that are clearly going to have a lot about them, but are still susceptible. They're still susceptible to leaking goals, not having that killer instinct. I mean, was it Palace they played? And I think they had a VAR decision, but they had enough chances. They should have killed that game off by all accounts. So they're still having their moments where they're going to give out to their Achilles heel of not being an absolute, war machine just yet. I mean, they're in that intermittent stage of becoming one, and with that and a little bit changing fortune, I think they're gonna be leaky a bit today in this game, and I'm going to go for what has been the scoreline, probably percentage-wise, the most predicted scoreline between the three of us since we started doing it this way. I'm going to go for a Desmond.
You see, you'll end up with more than me.
I know, but it's how I do it. It's clever, you see. And like I said, since the day we started doing this, I've got you thinking, I'm built differently, mate.
Fair point. I mean, I want Newcastle to win because obviously it keeps these other teams down there around us. I think Newcastle are going to be the surprise, well, not necessarily a surprise package, but everybody said, like, oh no, even the Newcastle fans, it's going to be too soon, we're not going to be in Europe. I wouldn't be surprised if Newcastle don't sneak into that Europa Conference place. I really don't. I'm going to go 1-2 to Newcastle.
Nice.
I just think Newcastle are going to have a good season. Anthony's gone the other way around. He's gone 2-1 to West Ham. That's the only one we've got at the moment. Then Crystal Palace and Manchester United. Wow.
Well, it's a difficult one to call. Manchester United are quite impervious, to say the least, and to use a very fancy la-di-da word there myself. But Crystal Palace are a very difficult side to come up against since Vieira's been there. The position sometimes looks a bit weird when you think of how much praise they get for how they play, but risk equals reward of how they do it. The question is this at Selhurst Park? It's not, is it? It's at
it's at Selhurst Park.
Selhurst Park. They've got a chance, They have got a chance because they're not always going to be this eye-catching to watch Manchester United. they still have them frailties within them that will throw a hiccup. And he's going to want to try and manage players with his squad and his new 11 and do it his way. Oh, do I fancy a shock on the cards? You know what? I'm gonna do a Steve from back of yesteryear when he surprisingly backed Watford to beat them, and we laughed at him, and then they went and beat them 4-1. I'm not gonna say it's gonna be that drastic, but I do see something dramatic here, and I think it's like a back down to earth moment, maybe a little bit. That not all is sunshine and roses. There is still some big issues in that squad that need fixing. And I think Crystal Palace are going to nick this 2-1.
Oh, right. Excuse me. I do see where you're coming from. Manchester United, I mean, I thought they were going to struggle this year. And it might have taken... I don't think that they're going to get in the Champions League or anything like that. But, excuse me, I do think, Ten Hag has taken it by the scruff of the neck and has shaken it up a lot. And yes, they had a bad start, and he's reacted to that, and he's made some good signings. And I didn't think they'd get anything at Liverpool. I didn't think they'd get anything playing Arsenal. So I'm actually going. I'm going to go opposite to you. I'm going to go for another 2-1 away win to Manchester United. So, let's have a look what... Crystal Palace lose 2-1. So, yeah, he agrees with me, does Anthony. They bought what was he called? Edouard, that we were after, didn't they? I don't know what's happened to him. He's gone very quiet. And you know what? The last game, Monday night. I'll have this on, but obviously I've got two shows on Monday night because we've got at 7:00 we'll be doing the review show, which was tonight, but next week we'll be back to Monday night at 7. And then at 9:00 we've got the WSL, the first games of that are this weekend.
Yeah. I'm excited for that.
Yes, I'm looking. I think I am. I'd say I'm a late comer to the WSL party, but I am really looking forward to it. I'm probably going to do a watch along on Sunday when we play Everton. Sorry, Brad.
That'd be interesting. I was going to say, speaking of women's football, as we are, the champions beat Luxembourg 10-0 tonight. England's women, just added some gloss on their qualification with a nice, lovely 10-0 win over Luxembourg tonight. So, they brought football home, and they're continuing to make sure they're going to have a crack at the Leicester.
And I mean, the Doddies were through last week.
Yeah, because
Austria. Who knows? Yeah. They could be bringing two trophies home.
Yeah, and here's the thing, isn't it magic, right? The women can play a full season. They can play their own FA Cup and Champions League, all that included, the same sort of concepts as the men's, right? They can all fly out for a major tournament and do qualifiers before the season starts instead of playing 3 games and stopping it. Oh, wow. It's almost like they're laying out, literally doing it. Oh, wow.
I get what you're saying, but in fairness,
I know they start.
There are only 12 teams in the division.
And I get that it's shorter. But again, they have breaks, don't they, though, mate? They also have breaks, like long breaks. It's like, make them do what they do in the Scottish division then, if you want to do it that way, because they should get more game time out there for what. Yeah. But anyhow.
I would say Monday night it is Leeds hosting Forest. Now, of course, Forest went 2-0 up against Bournemouth, and they lost them too. And yes, I know this may come back and bite me on the arse when we play them in 2 or 3 weeks' time. But well done, Bournemouth. Well done. It's at Leeds. They've actually, they've bought every player. As I say earlier, Tottenham Hotspur, Nottingham Forest are the Little Britain of the Premier League. wheel it into a transfer. I want that one. I want that one. I want that one. Where do you see this? Where do you see this going?
Ugh, this is like a game I just can't ever be asked about, because this is one of the med scratches. This is what you call a classic coupon killer, right? This is the one you avoid at all costs, because it could be 3-2, it could be 2-3, it could be 0-0, it could be 4-all. These two teams just seems to instantly think if it's going to be a bloodbath. There's going to be tackles going in. There's going to be a few cards going around. It's going to be a feisty game. And I don't really like any of them, either side of them. I don't like or rate the manager of Leeds. Just he seems like he's out of a C-star celebrity movie. You know what I mean? He just seems like he's doing a short movie about this American coach to brave the waters of England. It doesn't seem to have that much nous, if you ask me. But I don't like Forest Rovers. I mean, Nottingham Forest. I just don't like them. So I don't know whether to just hate them both and go 0-0, or have Leeds pummel Forest into the ground.
Can I just say, I had no idea that when I played Maisie's Laugh that she had come in, because it's on a different screen when you go to add the sounds. When I went back, Maisie had popped in. Damn, that's another one I'm going to have to pay her for.
Yeah, see, I told you eventually it'd catch up on you. She'd catch you out. No, that's your way just gone.
Oh, dear. She's catching up here.
Oh, well, go through them, because I still can't decide what score.
I'll go through them while you decided. So 1-0 Man United to beat Palace. I've gone 2-1. I won't tell you what Brad went for, Maisie, but you won't like him. Well, you can see it, can't you? She's got Fulham to beat Chelsea. Wow. Brighton to beat Bournemouth. Leicester to beat Villa. I love you, Maisie. Did I ever tell you you're a wonderful woman, human being? She's gone Liverpool 1, Wolves 1. Whoa. Southampton to lose to Brentford. Man City to lose to Spurs. Wow. Okay. Arsenal to beat Everton 3-0. And Newcastle to beat West Ham 2-0. And then she goes Leeds 3, Forest 1. Leeds and Forest are going to parade a replica European Cup. Then Leeds beat Forest by the odd goal. Do you know what I like about? I'm just saying about cups and what have you. I still can't get over the fact that Arsenal have got a time. What do they call them? Those time boxes.
Time capsule.
Time capsule. That's the word I was looking for. A time capsule buried at the Emirates.
That's just make of that what you will. Honestly, I still don't know what to go for. Chris, help me out here. God, this is
because I want to catch you up.
Yeah, but I don't care for either of these teams. About equally, really. 0-0. Sodom was neither. But a point for being so boring. Solid 0-0. I can't be asked to give either of them a win, because I just don't want to.
Okay. Well, I see. Now, if you said to me about Leeds, and I'm obviously a lot older than you, I remember the dirty Leeds, and I never particularly liked them then. But do you know what I like about Leeds United fans? I've said this before. Obviously, they were so lucky to stay up on the last day of the season. But hey, you need a bit of luck sometimes, don't you? What I like about the Leeds United fans are when they came back, there was none of this entitlement that they're back where we should be. We're back. This is where we belong. Blah blah blah. They were back, and they were glad to be back. There wasn't that Arsenal and sorry, Maisie, a little bit some Man United fans that said we should be winning because we are, whoever. Where Leeds they didn't have any of that, and I do like, well, certainly not the fans that sort of I met, and I can't stand Forest, as you know. And I love the fact that they've bought so many players in, and I get why they have done. And I'd find it very funny if they did a Fulham. So I'm going to go 4-1 to Leeds. I think Leeds will have another one of their 5-2 games, and I think it's. Oh no, actually, I'm going to go 3-1. Let's not be too greedy. Let's go 3-1. You watch, it'll be 4-1 now. That is Maisie, if you're free on Sunday, do you fancy doing the watch along for the Leicester Everton game for the women? Let me know. If you're not, it's Sunday, it's the weekend. You could be out. Who knows? She's gone on a day out on Saturday. Day out for Manchester. You wouldn't want to leave Manchester, would you? Come on, Brad. You know, I mean, it's a lovely place, Manchester. You wouldn't want to leave Manchester.
No comment, Your Honour.
But no, Brad, there we go then. Let's just run through these. You've got Chelsea beating Fulham. I've got it as a draw. Bournemouth, Brighton, you've gone for the draw. I've gone for Brighton. Leicester, Villa, we've both gone for a draw, but I've gone for a Desmond. 3 and 4-0, respectively. Liverpool to beat Wolves. Southampton to lose to Brentford. You've gone 1-4, quite a big one there. I've gone for another Desmond. You've gone 4-2. Man City to beat Spurs. I've gone 3-1. We both think Arsenal are going to pummel Everton, which, as you say, means that Everton will win it. West Ham and Leeds. You came in with a Desmond at the end there. I went Newcastle. We disagreed with Crystal Palace. You went Palace to beat Man United. I went Man United to beat Palace. And you went for the 0-0 between Leeds and Forest after 20 hours. And then I've gone for Leeds to beat Forest. We don't know what Steve's results are. I was always he's working, and I totally understand that. We will get his results in, and we'll add them in. We know which way a couple of those games are going to go anyway, but we will add those in as we go along. So, Brad, again, I've seen you more often than probably your flatmates tonight.
Yeah, there's a chance of that. There probably is, doing the show we did earlier and this one today. So
Yeah.
only a couple of days peace from me, mate.
Well, yeah. Hey, and it's a big quiz tomorrow.
Finally, the second one of them, is it?
Yeah, it's the home and away. It's Reese taking on Rob. It's the Battle of the Giants. And there is a prize for the overall winner, because we do what I'm doing is 8 round of 16 matches, if you like. Then obviously the 4 quarters, 2 semis, one final. The winner will get a replica shirt.
Oh, I didn't know that. I'd have bothered to revise it.
Shall I put you down then for it?
No, I know it'll be updates, mate. I wouldn't last long.
I could put you up against Jake if you want.
I'd still lose.
I
tell you what, don't kickstart it off with me. But if you get it all running, I'll put myself in. Someone's going to get the easy draw. I'll be like I'll try and be the Newport County of things.
I am sure. Brilliant, mate. Well, the following Wednesday, again at 9 o'clock, we've got the other quiz, which is going to be Craig's quiz, the pick and mix. I can't explain that to you because it makes 3, 2, 1 look like give us a clue. I mean, I just don't follow it at all, but Craig does. So that's going to be interesting. So maybe the Wednesday after.
I'm intrigued about this pick and mix quiz. I'll see if I can try to figure it out.
I'll tell you what, mate. It is. Well, you obviously pick the questions, and you pick how many points you want, You'll be given a choice of 4.
Oh,
3, 2, and
I'm
1.
interested in this. You have to tell me about it after this. Tell me
I
a
will
bit
tell
about
you.
it.
I'll have to try to remember it. But Brad, thank you very much, sir.
No worries, buddy. No worries.
Speak to you after. Bye-bye.
Speak to you after, mate.
Now, when he goes, I'm going to nip on and just change some of his scores around so that he's not going to get anything right this week. He won't have heard that. He won't have heard that. He's gone off. Let's just finish with a few messages here. Terry says, as a youth, it was always Forest and Spurs for the violence. Doug is in. Yo, Doug, how the devil are you, sir? Are you up for a quiz? We're looking for home and away. There's a replica shirt being given away to the winner of the overall. Big up, Ravi, as well. Welcome along, sir. I thought we got away with it then. Mike saying, evening, Chris Powell. Sorry I couldn't join, was on my stream. No, I noticed that afterwards, mate, so no problem at all. Don't you worry about it. Reese will be on fire. I don't know. What's the winning prize? I say it is a replica shirt. You can have, there's not every team covered. Like there's no Man United replica shirts. I suppose it's agreements or what have you. But there's national shirts. Reese, I mean, he's a Man United fan, but there's also sort of Bayern, Barcelona, Leicester, if you want a Leicester shirt. So that is up there. So if anybody's up for the competition and they want to join in, let me know, because we are looking for players now. The competition will always be on a Wednesday at 9:00 because that is quiz time. And like I say, win a shirt. Why not? Guys, thank you very much if you have been watching. Really do appreciate that. Apart from the joke from Doug, I think we should make him go on the quiz as a punishment. Make him. The one Liverpool fan's already out, so we could see 2 go out. Southampton one. Mike is potentially up for it. Good, nice one, Mike. I mean, obviously, like I say, we might have to play around with which Wednesday you're on, depending whether you're doing your own thing or not, which is completely understandable. I am going to be back, like I say, tomorrow. I can't wait. It is Reese versus Rob. I've got the questions ready. I've got the say what you see bit ready as well. It's going to be explosive. It really is. I will see you all. Thank you for watching. Like I say, if you've been in the chat, thank you so much for contributing. I really do appreciate it. And if you have been listening on your favourite podcast platform, whatever that may be, we are on all of them. Just type in Leicester Till I Die podcast. It will come up. It comes up first page on Google. Make sure... Oh, well, thank you for lending me your ears. I'll give you them back now. We will be back 9:00 tomorrow, as I say. Thank you very much, everybody. Take care. Don't do anything I wouldn't enjoy. Good night.
That's all, folks.
Thanks for watching Leicester Till I Die. This is Chris saying goodbye and see you next time.
This week's episode has come to an end. But the fun doesn't have to stop here. If you have any questions, suggestions, or feedback, head over right now to Twitter and Facebook and like, share, and get involved. Join us next time.
Thanks for watching These videos are tremendous. You better like them too, or I'll be back.
Leicester Till I Die TV. They think it's all over. It is now.